So hey guys, and welcome back to the ExamRevision YouTube channel. My name is Greta Thornton, and today I'm going to talk about how to use flashcards, what they're used for, and how to use them to study. Yeah, I think flashcards are great. I really got into using them around Junior Cert, more Leaving Cert, but I think they're really good for language subjects and for definition based subjects, and just if you want to highlight the key points. I thought it was quite good. So yeah, today I'm going to go through how to use them and tips and tricks. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. So the first tip is to only write down the key points from your essay or your book or whatever it is. I found it really easy just to slip in and fill in a whole flashcard, but that's not what they're for. They're for just literally flashing through and seeing the key points quick and easy. So you just want to write down the key points. I recommend bullet points, and for this, yeah, it's really good. It revises it in your head of the definitions, and yeah, I think it's really good rather than having it in a copy so you can actually physically flick through them. It's just really important to only include the key points though, and try not to write down a whole essay in your flashcards. For key points like dates, you can highlight what date this time was, important information, important names, stuff like that. So the next tip is to make a quiz out of the flashcards. So by this, one side can have a question and then the other side will have the answer. So when you flip it, you'll have the answer to the other side. So you can quiz yourself by just looking at the question, trying to answer what you think it may be, and then when you're done answering, you can flip the flashcard and see if you were right. I thought this was a really good technique to quiz yourself, as honestly, trying to quiz yourself when you're learning shows how much you actually know off the top of your head, and with flashcards it was really easy to do that. This is also a form of active recall. So active recall is like seeing an image or a term and trying to actively remember any information you have about it. I think this is really good, especially if you did something in class. You go home that day, make a few flashcards and just try to see what you gathered from class or even throughout the week. Say if you could do even a little drawing or a diagram and see what information you remember from it. Quizzes using flashcards is so good and so much easier than using a copy or something like that. So yeah, definitely try it out. Write a question on one side and the answer on the other and quiz yourself. So another tip is to use flashcards after note taking. So don't use your flashcards to take notes. This is actually really important, as first you take your notes, try to understand the content and the information, and then you go on to your flashcards then for actually revising it and picking out the main details, the main points, the main dates, stuff like that. I think that those two can get really mixed up, as if you're taking notes on your flashcard and you're going through it, it can be a lot. So if you first take your notes and then use the flashcards, it kind of breaks it down into bite-sized chunks, so it's easier to revise with further down the line for your exams and class tests and stuff like that. So yeah, I really recommend use flashcards after your notes. So the next tip is to use ExamRevision to make your own flashcards. ExamRevision is a Leaving Cert and Junior Cert grinds website for students and teachers. They have H1 notes, PowerPoints, videos, presentations, quizzes, and so much more. Like flashcards, they have everything in bite-sized chunks, which is really easy to access and it's not too overwhelming or anything like that. So when you're making your flashcards with ExamRevision, you can use any of their resources. Say if you use their notes, you can take down the key points on your flashcards, and there you have it. You have the key points right there and then in your flashcards, so you're able to use it to revise and quiz with and so on. ExamRevision has a wide variety of Leaving Cert and Junior Cert subjects, which is great for students. Yeah, the website is so easy to navigate as well, as they have every topic in your subject in different sections and different boxes and stuff, so you just have to click through and you can find whatever you're looking for. So ExamRevision have a free plan, a standard plan which is €20 a month, and a premium plan which is €30 a month, and you can use my code GRETA20 at checkout for 20% off. I'd really recommend look into ExamRevision, as it can be a really good extra resource outside of school and outside of your school notes for subjects you're good at and also for subjects you're struggling with. Yeah, I think ExamRevision is great for students. If you want to set yourself up for success, don't forget to check out ExamRevision in the link below. So the next tip is really important, is to use flashcards for certain subjects. By this, I mean certain subjects won't really work for flashcards. If you have a lot of essay subjects, they might not work a lot for flashcards, as it's a lot of information. You can still take down the key points, but I feel like flashcards work better for definition based subjects, languages, as verbs, vocab, new words you can write down and test yourself from class. Even science subjects, you can write down different diagrams, different images, on your flashcards. So yeah, I feel like see what subjects work for you with flashcards. As for me, when I did my Leaving Cert, I found English was quite good for flashcards. Poetry terms, I found that quite good. I also used it a bit for art history. Sometimes it worked to narrow down essays if it was just the key points and I kind of already knew a lot of the notes. But I found it best for French as well. French is very good for flashcards. Play around with it and see what subjects work best for you with flashcards. So the next tip is to make your flashcards after class when you're home studying of what you learned that day. I think this is so important and I honestly wish I did it more, as it kind of like summarizes what you learned that day. As it's really easy to just forget what you learned in class and like study something different at home, you know what I mean? If you do this after class, it saves you having to make flashcards all at the end when you're finished that chapter. So if you just continuously do it bit by bit, it saves you having to make so many flashcards at the end. So you can go through your notes of class and then pick out the main bits with your flashcards. So the next tip and the last tip is to use flashcards for your upcoming class tests or even your upcoming exams, as you literally just flick through them so you can see the key points. Also for quizzing, you can get your friend to quiz you and see how much you know and if you need to work on any topics or anything. Yeah, I just thought flashcards were unreal for revising with, and they made it just so much easier. And you know, if you make your flashcards all nice, it definitely makes it more visually appealing. So those are my tips on how to use flashcards. Honestly, I recommend flashcards to anyone. Definitely recommend just to try them and see what subjects they work for you. I thought these were really good just for revision, and they're quick and easy and simple, and you just have the information in bite-sized chunks for you. So don't forget to check out ExamRevision in the link below and use my discount code Greta20 for 20% off at checkout to get money off. And yeah, those are my tips. I hope they helped using flashcards, and I'll see you guys in the next video.